Hey guys, it's Dave, aka Finance Guy, and we're going to talk about Plane of Fear today in Classic EverQuest. I have my raid of 72 characters. They're all somewhere else right now. I'm at the portal to Plane of Fear in Furat. If you're not familiar with that, it's just off of a little secret passage on the southwest side of the Furat zone. There's a little mob outside the portal, but it's not really a big deal. She's fairly weak. The reason I don't run everyone through the portal, which you can do by basically lining up and typing /RTZ run through zone. The reason I don't do that is sometimes people like literally run through the portal and don't zone in. So you like half your raid zoning in and the other half doesn't. And then as you know if you may know in Plane of Fear, the aggro radius of mobs is so gigantic that you could wipe or well, as you can see, I actually wiped recently. You can see all the corpse bodies. I'm going to actually do pound corpse, delete player corpses, and just clean those up. 98 player corpses. I had quite a few. I wiped in, and I must have had some other corpses from previously. So what I like to do is just go into GM mode. I usually just zone into Plane of Fear. I don't go to the Fear Rod, but I wanted to show you the portal. I come down here into this lower left-hand corner. I GM kill this guy and I GM killed this guy. And of course, you can always repop them afterwards if you really want to. And then what I do is I kind of wedge myself in right here, and I start summoning everyone. It's just easier. Realistically, if you're trying to be, if you can't use GM commands or you have a smaller team, you can probably smuggle them in and do it like classic EverQuest, how you would do on a real server if you were playing with a bunch of real people. But given that I'm playing with 72 characters, it really is dangerous for the raid to try to zone in 72 characters and then quickly move them to a safe spot. So I don't do it. That's fine. Oh, here's the Enraged Imp. He is a spawn from, I think he's part of the Berserker epic, so not really possible to kill at level 50, I don't think. I don't even try him. That's why I pound killed him. You gotta be careful coming into Plane of Fear at level 50 for classic content because it is actually the Velia's version of Plane of Fear, not the classic version. And as far as I know, there is no way to spawn the old version on the emulator. There might be, but I just don't think they're in the database. That's not a question for me, unfortunately. I can't help you with that. However, what I do is when I come in here, okay, so it looks like, okay, so I'm actually going to repop the zone because I was here, I think, yesterday, so the goblins won't be up. I'm just going to repop the zone. But now we actually have almost like if I broke in, so we have some mobs up. So, what's happened? Oh, that was weird. So what I usually do right off the bat is I turn Mez on. /MEZON. Mez on, one word. And what? Oh, okay, a little musical because my phone is not on mute, so I'll just take care of that real quick. All right, you guys get to hear my phone. I turn Mez on because you really need to mesmerize in Plane of Fear when you have a team because the amount of ads that come in on the zone, the aggro radius and frenzy radius of mobs in the zone is a little out of control. And if you have at least one or two enchanters, I actually have I think 4 enchanters. It's just safer to always mez. You could also AoE. If you have wizards and mages and stuff with a lot of mana, you could actually AoE in the zone. We used to do that in the raiding guild I was in back in like 2016 or so. We would just say F it. We're just gonna AoE stun, AoE nuke, which you can set up in the macro file. I don't have that set up, and I might eventually do it, but I feel like it's safer for now. So yeah, Plane of Fear, I like to wander around. If you saw my Plane of Hate video, I was just kind of summoning mobs to myself just because it's a city, it's kind of like a city zone, and it's tricky to pull in there when you're boxing so many. But Plane of Fear, we can fairly safely move around. You can also pull. You can switch to like a monk or a bard, or even just like pull over your main tank and just either summon him back to the main raid or just run back, one or the other. I highly recommend having journeyman boots on every character if you don't want to cast Spirit of Wolf. And we just kind of wander around. You got to move carefully. See, I have 4 mobs already. Like they crept up quickly. So, and I was barely moving. So it's just very important in this zone that you're careful because this is the Velius version, so the mobs are slightly higher level and they are slightly harder. Another thing I like to do coming in here when I'm in Classic, I won't do this when I come back here in Velius, is I target Draco. He's pretty much unkillable in Classic. Now, if you're a raiding guild and you're playing by your, one single character of like 60, 70 other people, you might be able to kill Draco. Maybe with a good melee team, he'd be doable. I personally can't kill him because I don't have enough time to gear all my melee characters with best and swap weapons. And that's one thing I don't cheat on. I don't spawn weapons and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna pound kill him just to get him out of the picture. Apparently, I can't kill him because I'm too far away from him. So I will kill him when I get closer. Same with Kazik. So Kazik is the new version of Kazik. I'm sure he's like level 65 or 70 or whatever he is. He's 70. So this is not the Kazik from Classic that has like 32,000 hit points. This is the Kazik from Velius who probably has a couple 100,000 hit points. Unkillable. My spells won't hit him. My melee will have trouble, and he will hit like a truck. So as I progress through the zone, I will pound kill Draco Lich and Kazik Thule. The Golems are fine. They're a little harder in the Velius version, but they're fine. Like they're level 55. Casters can burn them down. Melee can hit them. They do death touch every 30 seconds, so it's a good idea to pull a character you don't really need. Like, I don't know. I usually pull one of my druids because I have like 5 druids. Honestly, you don't need 5 druids for that fight. So I pull the druid, and then what I do with the death touching is I don't tank with Dave. I back him out of the fight and control the fight with him. I have him tell the characters what to do, so other tanks take over. Speaking of other tanks, we always want to have Peel Tank turned on, which I just forgot. When you're in Plane of Fear, just because the sheer number of adds, you don't want your healers to get overwhelmed. Yeah. So we turn Peel Tank on. For those who are not familiar with Peel Tank, it looks like this. You pause for 1 second or 10 tenths of a second. You tell your tanks, Peel Tank on. One word, Peel Tank, space on. And that will make them try to aggro any mob that attacks a cleric, druid, or shaman. So I have that, and I have that. So it's all my tanks. So they don't have to be a tank. You can tell a ranger to use Peel Tank. It doesn't really make sense to tell a character that doesn't have taunt to Peel Tank because they won't really know what to do. But they won't know how to like taunt. But if rangers could theoretically Peel Tank. I don't know who else has taunt. I think it's just tanks and then rangers. You could theoretically tell a wizard to Peel Tank and they'll nuke the mob and get aggro. That would probably be really stupid because the wizard will die, but I don't know. You can use Peel Tank however you want. So I'm just going to kind of wander through Plane of Fear during this video. Somebody on my Plane of Hate video said that he'd like to see just more grinding. He was interested. I hope you're a he. I apologize if you're a female. I'm saying he, but he said that just show some just like the general stuff. So I was like, okay, I can accommodate that. So, for example, this monk wrist just dropped. I'm probably going to use resist wrists like blue diamond, but I don't have that on all my monks. So I'm going to do find slot, left wrist only monk, and it looks like everyone has a left wrist. Let's try the right wrist. Separate slot. Linear. Did I do that right? No, I did. Okay. And we'll see. Okay, so we got some stuff. So I'm going to target Max, and instead of just looting it off the corpse, I'm just going to give it to him. And since it's an empty slot, Max will automatically equip it after 15 seconds or so. So I don't need to like switch to his client to equip it. Now, if he had something in that slot, obviously I'd have to swap it out. But since he's empty, it's an empty slot, I can just assume he will equip it in the next 10 to 15 seconds automatically. I think E3 basically makes people drop stuff from their cursor to their inventory, but if their equipment slot is empty, it will go there by default. That's an EverQuest thing. What else have I noticed? So I haven't been recording as much lately. I do have 2 videos a week queued up until the end of September. When you see this video, this will be in October. So this is kind of, I'm doing this in September, but this is an October video. Honestly, I'm stuck on Bazit in Plane of Sky Island 6. And by the time you see this video, I will probably be past her and will record a video of me killing her. But she's a really tough beat. You have to fight several adds before her, and I'm running out of mana on my healers. And that's why I haven't been able to beat her. By the time I get her to spawn, she's I have no mana. My casters can't hit her because she's level 63, and my melee just get ripped to Just ripped to shreds. That's a shield. That's a warrior shield. I'm not even gonna loot that. I don't use shields on warriors in classic. That would be something more for like maybe planes of power. I think that's when shields become a little more useful for warriors. Hey, I've gotten some troll comments on my channel. I don't know who reads the comments besides me, but some people are unhappy with what I'm doing. They have said things like I'm ruining EverQuest or blah blah blah. But like honestly, guys, like isn't this like who cares? Like I'm playing on my own private server. I'm having fun, right? Like I'm not hurting anyone. I'm not on live. I'm not stealing your spawns. I'm not buying. I'm not selling chrono or farming chrono or I get the sentiment. I know there's a lot of people who use MacroQuest on like TLPs and ruin the game, and probably on live too, and ruin the game for people. Like, and I do not sympathize with those people at all. I think those people should be banned. I don't think you should capitalize on EverQuest to make money and to ruin the game for everyone else. But I think if you're on your own private server and you want to box an army, like who cares? Like, I actually played EverQuest from 1999, probably earlier. Beta, whenever beta was. I played from beta all the way until one of the TLP servers, which I won't name just because I don't want to identify myself, but I played on and off all those years. So from 99 to whatever year that server came out, it was sometime in the last 8 years or so. And yeah, I had fun. I had a lot of fun playing with players. I think it's great playing with people. I just think that I can't do it anymore. I have a very busy job. I have a busy life, and I just don't have time to commit to raiding guilds, and I'd love to. I just don't like playing casually. Like, if I play casually, if I play like group content, I get bored. I used to 6-box, and that was fun for a while. I 6-boxed on live, but it's not this. This is fun, and this is like this is like a strategy game when you play like this. Like it's not like playing an MMO. It's almost like playing EverQuest with a different rule set. You are playing a strategy game because you have to figure out. Now you think, you're pressing your attack button, everyone's automated. How is this a strategy game? Well, I have to configure the characters, and I didn't like download a script from like some person. I mean, yes, I downloaded E3 and MacroQuest, but I had to program all the characters. I had to come up with the group makeups like this because no one told me what classes to choose and what groups to put them in and why. I had to figure out who's healing who's buffing who's debuffing, who's nuking, what nukes to use, what skills to use, yada yada. Kind of have to know how every class in the game works because every class is in my party, in my raid. So I'm not an expert at every class. I'm sure I'm screwing up some of them, but like I do have to know how to play every class to some extent. So when you think of it that way, sure, it's like I'm not like playing EverQuest maybe as it's intended. But like I've reinvented the game into a different type of game, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And that's my soapbox. I'm gonna stop now. But I do hope anyone who has been watching my videos and enjoys them, just I hope you have been liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing. I do see my analytics every week, and I do get a fair share of folks. I have a few of you comment on almost all of my videos, and I appreciate that. Even when I don't respond to you, I am reading the comments, and I do appreciate the the fans. I have a few people on Facebook who message me and ask for tips here and there, and I feel bad when I can't get back to you those guys fast enough just because I'm busy. I'm doing my best because I'm trying to spread this way of playing EverQuest because it's something to do when you're busy and you can't do the commitment the game requires in real life. So this is easy to kind of if I want to raid Plane of Fear, for example, like I am now, I could probably do this in an hour, and then I could go somewhere else. In fact, I am going somewhere tonight, so I'm coming in here, and I'm going to kill as many mobs as I can, and when the time comes that I have to leave, I can just zone out and leave. And if I want to come back later tonight when I get home, or tomorrow morning before work, I can log in and pick up where I left off, although I do think Plane of Fear respawns in 8 hours, so maybe I can't do that, but I have the freedom to pick what I'm going to do instead of kind of following a regimented schedule, which is what happens when you're in a raiding guild. They raid certain things certain days of the week, and I can just be like, you know what? I want to kill Nagafen 6 times in a row, or I want to kill Vox 6 times in a row. I recorded a video where I fought Nagafen and Vox at the same time, and I lost, but that was hilarious. I loved that. You can't do that on live. You can't make custom fights. In fact, I want to do more of those. So if any of you guys have like a video idea for like a custom fight where I do like multiple bosses, Classic doesn't have a ton of bosses, so we can't really can't really go into it besides like Nagafen and Vox at the same time, or like maybe 3 Finnegals simultaneously or something. I feel like that would be really easy though. He's still very easy, even if there's 3 of him. He just isn't a hard boss. But yeah, if you think of things like that, I could try killing all 3 Fear Golems at the same time, but I can guarantee you I'll wipe because one of the Fear Golems, I think it's Fright. He's really hard for some reason. Like Dread and Terror are not that hard, but Fright is hard. And I don't know if he has like a life tap or like a weird AOE, but he kicks the crap. I still beat him. He'll take out like 30 of my guys, whereas Dread and Terror will take out like 5 of my guys. I don't really know what's going on there. So as we kind of wander through Plane of Fear, we have to meditate, and meditating is, it is what it is, and kinds of people are, a little low in mana. Some folks anyone who's reporting mana doesn't have 100. So I can kind of just wait it out, and I don't always med to full. I just get it, somewhere where I can kind of go back to it, because what happens when you start running out of mana and you have a lot of casters is your DPS drops significantly, and then you can get overrun in the zone. Like I was saying earlier with all the ads, like you might be low on mana and like 5 mobs come into camp, and then like, what do you do? Like what do you do? You fight. You fight to the very end. Oh my god. Okay, so now we're all mezzed. We'll have to wait here for a second. This is why I also don't like that imp. He mezzes everyone, and you can't. As far as I know, you can't resist it. Or if you can resist it, I can't resist it at level 50. Oh, yeah, resist minus 1,000, so it's essentially unresistible. Looks like everyone is okay now. Yeah, we're okay. And I'm not looting the Berserker Epic piece because I'll come back here when I'm doing Kunark and do it then. My goal for the Epic 1.0 is to do one of each class and then give it to everyone else of that class. So, for example, with Dave, he's one of 3 warriors. I'll do the Warrior Epic one time and then give the Warrior Epic to all 3 warriors. And same with the Clerics and the Bards and the Druids, etc., etc. Because there's no point doing 72 Epic 1.0s. That's just a total waste of my time. But I think there's some merit doing each epic once, because just giving myself the epic would basically be super cheating, like beyond the cheating that I'm interested in doing. So when I go to the first Golem Tower, which is just to the, where is it? It's just up here, this little hill. I'm not going to do all 3 golems on this video because I think this video would be too long. Well, we'll see how I feel. I'm going to just kind of do this for a while and see where we end up. But I have to clear around the tower because frequently what happens is when you're fighting, see what just happened, I got 4 mobs. So you do not want to get a bunch of ads when you're fighting the goblins because they death touch. And the last thing you want is to kind of have to dealing with the ads while fighting something that's going to kill someone every 30 seconds. That also has like 32,000 hit points, so you're not going to be able to kill him in a few seconds. It might take a minute or 2 to kill him. So what we're going to do is kind of wander around the Golem Towers and kill everyone around it. And the Golems have 2 ads each. They have 2 Amygdala Knights each. So what I usually do is ignore the Knights. I just have the Enchanters mez them, and then I burn down the Golem. Yeah, but we're just gonna fight our way through to the next Golem, as the first Golem. What I think I'm gonna do right now is I don't want to bore you guys with this. I don't know if you guys like watching grinding. I don't have music playing, so you're just kind of hearing me babble on. But you can kind of see this is how I play normally. Like when I'm not recording videos, the only quote cheating I really do is having macros just to control the characters, and I summon my characters. I don't run around places because it takes too long. I summon. So I don't. I guess I also summon bosses. Like if I kill Nagafen, I might respawn him instantly and kill him again. Just to, I don't want to wait 48 hours for him to respawn, right? Because again, quality of life on a private server. So, but I try not to cheat. Like I try not to give myself free loot. I try not to give myself unlimited, heal my mana to full instantly, because you probably can do that. There's probably a way to give everyone full mana again. I try not to change how spells work. Oh, I just aggro the Golem. That's weird. Well, I guess we're not going to pause it. So we're going to fight the Golem. Oh my god. Here we go. Alright, so let's see how we do. How's our mana? So he's gonna start death touching. Well, oof. Oh my god, we have several people. Oh, we got people with plenty of mana. We'll be fine. He's gonna kill probably 4 or 5 people, I think. So it looks like debuffs don't really work so well on him because I told everyone to dot and debuff him, and I'm not seeing anything hit him. I'm gonna let other people tank him. I don't really care who tanks him as long as anyone but Dave takes a death touch. It'd be nice if a tank takes it because I don't want my DPS to die. But honestly, as long as Dave is alive and can watch the fight and control everything, I think we're gonna be okay. He's going down fairly fast. He is level 55, so I'm sure the spellcasters are getting resisted a little bit, but I believe Nagafen's 55. And I melt Nagafen in Vox, and pretty much they go down pretty fast. So yeah, it looks like we're just gonna take a few deaths. He always still have plenty of mana. It's just this death touch is starting to get some ads, which is not good. But they're getting mezzed, so that's okay. Little Fright Finger. I don't know if I ever. Fright Fingers used to be my favorite mobs in Plane of Fear because I played a wizard, and Fright Fingers drop wizard gear. So I would always be excited to do the Fright Finger house, and nothing, and really nothing else. I guess Crimson Realm of Alandine would drop off some of these mobs. So that's a good wizard item. I think there's a belt that drops off some of these mobs. That's good for wizards. I think that's the hardest part of boxing 72 or 54 originally, and then 72 is figuring out what gear to give who, because a lot of gear is usable by many classes, but there's usually one that it's the best for. And it's like, well, how do you choose? You have to kind of know how all the classes work, because you have to know what to prioritize, and also your team might be unique what to prioritize. So this Slimeblood of Kazakh Thul, this is an epic item. This is for one of the epics. I always forget if it's for the Necro Epic or who it's for, but I already have one for the epics that I'm going to consume to do the epic for whoever it's for. And I'm sorry that I don't know who it's for because there's like literally like a million epic quests out there and I don't know who it's for. I just have to go out and say I'm going to pick it up. So I'm going to actually give the Slimeblood of Kazakh Thul to one of my characters. And I think it's best in slot for like almost every character that can use it, which is everyone. But maybe it's best in slot for every non-caster, for like every melee. So I'm going to do like find slot. What do I want to give it to? Let's just say melee. And we're going to say not tank. So it's probably not a best slot for a tank. So I have a lot of empty slots on my characters, and I do have some dead people, so maybe that wasn't the best idea to search for it while I was still dealing with the nonsense. But that's okay. I'll give it to... Oh, we're not giving it to a monk because it weighs 15 pounds. Okay, that's fine. We'll give it to... These are bards. Is that Ryan? Randy? Ryan? What is Ryan? Is he a ranger or a beast lord? I don't remember. He's one of my newer characters. He is a ranger. I'll give it to him. Target Ryan, give item 20655. So, that's kind of what I wanted to show you. I showed you one golem. I'm going to go around and kill the other 2 golems. So I have some questions for the viewers who like watching this stuff, and please, again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Share the love, and get more people on this channel so we can get more cool videos, and I want to know what everyone wants to see. So, in the comments, tell me what you want to see in Classic, and think outside the box. So, like, I've done videos of a lot of the bosses. I can't do Kazakh Thul or Interrupt because they're the later versions of them. You want to see like something interesting? Let me know. Such as I have a Nagafen and Vox combo video which I wipe on, but I could try it again. Or maybe I could do like a weird Plane of Sky video or something. Or maybe you want to hear an analysis of one of the classes. I have a video that I talk about wizards, for example. So yeah, let me know. And until then, I will talk to you all soon.